Hello guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench once again, and today we have another Lancaster video, but this is not all about the Border Models beautiful 1/32 scale kit. This is about a new book I've got. Just a couple of things I want to cover first of all though, just in this quick review. If you remember this beautiful artwork that's on the front of the Border Models box, this was actually commissioned by Border Models and got permission to be used from Mr. Mark Postlethwaite. Remember that name. If you remember Wingnut Wings, beautiful model kits. Wingnut Wings was basically owned by Peter Jackson, but I think his right-hand man was a gentleman here called Richard Alexander. You can see him there. Very nice chap indeed. Met him once or twice, I think, definitely once. Very nice chap, very easy to get on with. I email him occasionally to find out how the Spitfire's coming on at Qatari Models. If you don't know, Richard Alexander is heading up a company called Qatari Models, also in New Zealand, and their first release is going to be a Mark 1A Spitfire, which is coming out later this year. And I've asked him basically if he'd be interested in sending me a review sample to do a review of that kit when it is released, or even a test shot of pre-production, whatever. And also a build of it, and he has said that basically they haven't decided yet. So anyway, but Richard Alexander is a name to remember. Big name in Wingnut Wings, one of the best manufacturers of kits in the world. Unfortunately no longer with us. Richard Alexander is, Wingnut Wings isn't. So some of you will know that Wingnut Wings were going to release a 1/32 scale Lancaster, and it never happened. Border Models have the moulds, have now bought the moulds, and they are producing the kit. So basically, if you buy this kit, you are getting Wingnut Wings plastic parts, if you like, but you're not getting the pleasure of the beautiful, wonderful Wingnut Wings instructions. They are absolutely amazing. I can only dream of how the Wingnut Wings manual for that Lancaster would have looked. I mean, the Border Models one is absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with it at all that I've seen. I haven't started the model yet. I've had it a week and I haven't started it. I can't believe it. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. But Richard Alexander and Mark Postlethwaite have also produced this book here. Now, Mark Postlethwaite is the co-owner of a company called Wingleader. This is a book, it's their Photo Archives number 5, and it's got here by Richard Alexander. I have written to the company and asked if they would mind if I reviewed the book, because of copyright and stuff, it's best to ask the question with books and that. They've come back to me and said, absolutely fine, you carry on, Nige. If you remember a while ago, I did the Wingleader book on the Dambuster Lancaster, which is also amazing. The only downside with that book, the downside to me this is, the book is basically made up of CAD images. And CAD images are all well and good, but if the person that's making the drawings doesn't have the information 100% solid, then obviously the drawing will be wrong. I'm not, for instance, for not saying for 1 second that any of the drawings are wrong, but a real photograph tells you the real story. A drawing, artwork, painting, whatever, is the artist's or the author's interpretation of what they've seen, if you know what I mean. So we all know we've had drawings that are all wrong and out of shape and everything, so you know what I mean. So basically this book here, this is a book made by Wingleader Productions. It's 1995. That's the website to go to order it. Okay, and there is the ISBN number there. Okay, so you can see that there. That is the ISBN number with the barcode. I'm telling you this at the beginning because you will want this book. Probably 2 minutes into this video, if you're into Lancasters, you're going to get you've got the HK models either scale, or you're going to get the Border Models one, you will want this book. I am amazed at how good it is. It is better than I expected. With that name on it, I knew it was going to be good. Not as good as it is. It is awesome. I will go as far as to say this book is the best reference material you can get for the Lancaster. I would say even better than the other one I've got, that black one. I can't remember the name of the company now. But anyway, data file, isn't it? So this book here, beautiful glossy cover. We've got KMC on the front there, R5556. And you can see the sort of photographs we're going to be getting going through the book. Now, some of these photographs, I admit, are available online. You can Google search them. But there are many, many pictures in here that I certainly haven't seen before. And the information is just incredible. So starting with the book, it's like This is A4 size here, so you can see the sort of size. It's like double A4 size, and I'm trying my best to do. It's got a lovely glossy paper. I'm going to try my best around working around with the lights. So going into the book, we've got here. This is some basically introductions about the company itself and who's been involved in the making of it. This is the introduction of the of Richard Alexander and everything, and basically we've got here a lovely picture on the front there, JLG. And as I say, this is all photographs. It's not CAD images, so it's real. You know, if you want to build that Manchester DEM, there it is. And if that's the turret that's the turret it has. It's not a drawing with an incorrect turret or something. So you can see here we're talking about the origins of the aircraft, which was the Avro 679 Manchester. Then we're going into the first prototype, BT308, DG595, second prototype. You can see there with the unusual camouflage undercarriage, unusual camouflage scheme, a normal sort of looks like sky underneath and the brown and green on top. This was obviously before it's for night bombing. And then going over the page here, beautiful shot there of a prototype aircraft. And then coming over here, we're now going into markings and codes. And I found this quite funny because when you see a lot of these markings, you know, we all go on about get these perfect stencils and have perfect decals. These markings are hand painted, so we'll see some in a minute and we'll see what they look like. Production here, these are the production numbers, where they were made, how many were made, and over what period of time. Brilliant description, and that's a fantastic photograph there, a bomber raid on its way out, I'm guessing, and it's going to tell us all about that in there. Then here we've got the first production batch, 43 Lancaster Mark 1s, October 41 to March 42. We've got some images there of them. There they are, queuing up there to go out on flight. Got a bomb bay here being loaded up. Different blisters. Here's the second camera window and everything. Absolutely awesome. You can see here some cookies queuing up to be loaded. Then we've got some maintenance work going on here. Some beautiful views of the engines and everything. Over the page here we've got KMB L7578 of 97th Squadron. See all there, absolutely gorgeous. Pictures here of a Lancaster in, I think it was, yeah, Trafalgar Square. You can see they're trying to raise money. Wings for Victory, London's target £150 million, and they've reached 102 million at this point. So you can see there's lots of chairs around here, probably giving presentations and stuff. You can see there she is in the double-decker bus in the background. Mid-upper turret, again some beautiful colorized images, and then some actual photographs of the turrets. Different style turrets with and without the fairings. It's looking like we've got different styles of fairings. It'll tell you all the details in the description in here. We've got a beautiful picture here showing an engine. You can see just how clean everything is. This is obviously a fairly new aircraft. You can see it's very, very clean and hardly chipped. There's hardly any markings on the wing or anything. So very, very nice. Also note these windows. One other thing I wanted to see, which is Victorious Virgin in the Border Models kit. QBV, this one here. I think it was Victorious Virgin she was called. Yeah, Victorious Virgin. This actual aircraft, RF128, was actually a late Lancaster, and it didn't have this window. And that's not to say it was just painted over. It actually didn't have the window there at all. So to accurately build that aircraft, I would have to fill that hole in without damaging any of that beautiful raised detail and all the can panel work. So unfortunately I can't do QBV, which is a real shame, because Adrian, if you're watching this, thank you very much. Adrian has been making some stencils to allow me to paint the logo on there rather than have to use the decals. So unfortunately he's done all that work and I'm not going to be using them. So very, very sorry, Adrian. I think I'm going to do ZNY instead, but we shall see. So basically here you can see beautiful picture, but this is all about showing us we've got some antenna here and here. So really, really good. In fact, they're windscreen de-icer pipes, those. Usually they're faired over. And then here we're showing B is the attachment point for the TR9 aerial wire, which runs from there up to the main aerial wire connected to the fin. It's this sort of description that we need for people like me that don't know the plane inside out. The detailed descriptions like that are just fantastic. More beautiful images here. Here you can see KMO is having its painted on livery, and you can see down here we have got, if I should bring up close to the camera, you can see The paint is all smeared down here on that stiffening plate. You can see the edges are far from perfect. And you can see down on here on the Bombay door, you can see all the paint dripping on there. You've got paint splattered everywhere. It's quite impressive to see. But here it's all about the antenna. So, you know, you're getting this great big picture that Richard's put in here, and it's all just about that antenna. Rear turret early, rear turret late. Now this is the kind of thing I love, because it's pictorially showing you with photographs, not drawings, photographs, the differences between the turrets. So you can see here, clearly this one has got the open panel there, okay, and you can see this one's got that sliding panel. And other tiny differences, like here we've got the chamfered off corners. They don't have chamfered corners here. The later one has chamfered corners. The other thing I didn't realise was, if you look at the insides, this one here is silver, this one is black. I've always painted Lancaster turrets black internally, but some of them aren't. So there we go. So you've got early and rear late turrets. I also said that in this model they called it a 120 turret. I thought it was a 121. I was incorrect. It is a 120. So border models have it correct in their instructions. And then we've got here. Now these are the only sort of CAD images you'll see, and they are beautiful. But next to it we have the photograph of the real thing to back it up. So you don't have to worry about it. And also in here you have these wonderful descriptions that give you all the details about that particular aircraft. Absolutely incredible. You can see here we've got the ventral gun and the way it was operated with a periscope. Very much like the A20, isn't it? So very, very nice indeed. Beautiful pictures here of the aircraft in flight. This is talking about an aircraft that's got a rear fuselage off a later aircraft. Crew here with the engine intakes. You can see the chipping and everything on there, which is beautifully done. We've got a bomb display here. This is obviously for more war bombs. And then we've got a crew here walking back from the aircraft after a journey. So glad to be home. Gun being cleaned, windscreen being cleaned. You can see up there, picture of the nose turret, and you can see inside there those internals are silver. Here's OLF basically flying away. I remember Richard telling me, Wingnut Wings, the fuselage joint sections were going to have decals in. I talked about this before, to reproduce the tape, very much like you get on a Mosquito. So I'm going to have to look at doing that. Here's VNN. Beautiful picture there. We've got a David Brown tractor down there. So beautiful open fields. Lancaster bombers abound. Here's VNN again. And it's going to be talking about the fairing. VNN again, and we've got, see, he's picked out antenna, something on the wing there. That's an actuator by the look of it. And it's the little differences on these aircraft. You can see here he's picked up on bits and pieces on this one. It's obviously crash landed. So very, very nice book indeed. Here's some pictures of Lancasters a bit shot up. Another beautiful CAD drawing of VNS. I think we had, yeah, there's VNS there that you see. So we've got CAD drawings, real photographs, so you can see that the CAD drawing is actually accurate. So very, very beautifully done. And these CAD drawings will have been done by Patra Forkazovic. So there we go. So he's the guy that did the Dam Busters book. And you can see here the logo on the side. And then we've got, going over the page, we have more images here. This is Canadian Lancaster Mark 10. So again, we're going to see differences in that one. Unidentified early production Mark 1 undergoes a VIP inspection. So we've got a line of Lancasters here being inspected, and we've got the crews up inside there by the look of it. And then here we've got some more descriptions about different bits of equipment. The blister, antenna. That antenna there was quite rare, I believe. Note the AR mandrel aerials under the nose and the bomb camera lens protruding through the fuselage under the nose. So you can see this. If you remember, I talked about that in my 48 scale one. Some of them didn't have the clear cover over there. The lens is actually exposed, and they had like a blanket around, like a gaiter around the camera to stop the cold air coming in. You can see here different antenna and pitot tubes and everything, and there's going to be descriptions of it all in there. Then we've got a smashed rear fuselage there by the look of it. Beautiful colorized image there of one going up. More beautiful photographs there. And then here's everybody's favourite Lancaster, S for Sugar. with all the descriptions of all the different bits and pieces that she had. And over the page here we've got the this is S for sugar, being loaded with cookie and 500-pound bombs by the look of it. And there she is again with the crew. Very nice indeed. I've missed a page. Another page here, POS again. No enemy will fly over the Reich territory. And then we have a RAF ground crew here by the look of things. A guy there with spanners in his hand. He's a moderator on YouTube. And then we get, sorry for the American guys, that's a wrench. Lancaster here being all stripped down. And then here's S for sugar again after some work. She did a lot of different, had a lot of different upgrades. You can see here she's got paddle props and there she's got needle props. So you'll be very, very careful of the period you're covering if you do an S for sugar. There's VNT again with a hole in the side being inspected. And then here we've got antenna again, more antenna stuff. GPJ, beautiful pictures of her there. You can see lots of chipping and everything. Damage to the paintwork. And then we've got FM or KMY, FM, whatever that one is. Again, beautiful images. And then we've got another one here having the guns cleaned. I love all these close-up images. It's giving you, you know, full detail of the paneling and everything. And when people tell you that the border model kit is overdone, I don't think it is. You know, when you look at certain photographs, certain aircraft that had a very long life, you know, most of them didn't have that. Did have the canning. You can see the canning on this one here. Undercarriage, different tail wheels. You've got the shimmy type tail wheel and the normal type tail wheel. People talked about how much those tyres were flatted. You can see on there how flat that is. They are pretty much very flatted. And you can see on here the tyres are flatted, and that's not even loaded up yet. Once it's got the bombs in it, it will go quite flat. Talking about the intakes here, the different intakes, and the cover for the what's it called? The I just saw it earlier. Oh, the drift site cover. Here we can see another one with is that Winston Churchill? The man extracting himself is Prime Minister John Curtin. Never even heard of John Curtin, blimey. But then I wouldn't have because I'm thick. You can see on here, people talk about that canning being overdone. Take a good look at that. It's not overdone at all. So there we go. We've got it still going strong here. And then over the page, engine shortages, Lancaster Mark III. This is the one with the radial engines. Beautiful. And Lancaster Mark III had the American engines, didn't it? So and this is a Mark II here. So DT810 powered by 4 Bristol Hercules engines. This mark will be covered in a future volume. I'm not sure if that future volume was ever done. I'll have to find out. So we've got instrument panels here. There's going to be differences in the instrument panels, which is good to know because there are clear differences. And I've never seen anything that actually refers, this is for this one, this is for this one, blah, blah, blah. Here again, we've got VNT again. There's VNT up there being taken from another Lancaster. Beautiful image here of the sort of marking you get on the wings from the exhaust. Talking about the tail antenna here. Beautiful picture there of the tractor. Dented in fenders and stuff. Very nice indeed. And then we've got another one here. This is BQO. So that's going to be from 550 Squadron, is it? BQ? Yeah, 550 Squadron. You can see here lots of shrapnel damage and gun damage on the tail turret. And crew there in front of the plane. Here we've got another photograph. Looks like we've got some damaged metal up here. And then here's my favourite subject, as you all know. Standard and Far East intakes. This is basically what a lot of kit manufacturers produce, and this is the real shape. I believe there are also smaller intakes, because if you look at some aircraft, they seem to have something between those two. So, yes. So here we go, another picture of the rear turret with the, unfortunately, had the side smashed out of it. You can see the chutes, everything coming out there. And here's another image of crew. That's great. So here we go. That's showing you the different antenna on there as well. You've got the antenna going between the tail and the fuselage's IFF. And then you've got the G aerial there coming out of the back of the fuselage. Cookie bomb there being loaded. You've got a David Brown tractor up there, which is great to see. And then we've got bomb aimers blisters, the different types, giving you a description of the different bits inside. It's worth noting as well. I think one of these is green on the inside as well. You got the different blisters there. You can see the different depths of the blisters. Are you wanting this book yet? Here we've got ZNY. It's crew with a squadron there, I'm guessing. Admiral Prune. This is what I'm building my 48 scale as. And I'm thinking I would like to do my border models in this one as well. So I may well do that. Beautiful image there of the cockpit with the pilot sat in there showing the nose art and everything. All the details about the actual kit there, about the actual schemes. Some images here of the hold sides. And we've got a crew here going off there. Whole great big picture showing you the wingtip and everything just to show you that antenna. And that's the kind of detail this book goes into. Here more photographs of a plane being shot up with some damage on it there. Got another one here with the crew either embarking or landing or whatever. And this again is showing you the bob weights on the rudders. A rudder mass balance is what it's called in here, which transfers the rudder's centre of gravity forwards. And then you've got A, this is going to be the IFF antenna here, and then C is the TR1196 aerial. And if you remember, if you get the border models kit, you have all that fantastic detail in here, and it's giving you all the different types of aerial bits and pieces of antenna and all sorts, and early and late and God knows what. So you've got all this here to refer to, so you don't have to trust these instructions, because we know that kit manufacturers sometimes get things wrong. But I can assure you, if Richard's behind this ain't going to be wrong. We've got here Frederick 2, never heard of that one. It's got a little skeleton man on there. ED707. There we go. So this is DXF CAD image there, and we can see an actual photograph there of the side. One other thing, somebody messaged me, sorry guy, I'm forgetting your name now, Wellington 62, and he said that it appears these handles are missing in the kit. There's these grab handles on the side that they used to slide the windows forwards and backwards, and it appears they're missing in the kit. So if anybody's seen them on the sprues, let me know. I can't believe that Wingnut Wings would have produced it without those in there. So it could be they're on the sprues, border models missed them, I don't know. That'd be easy to scratch build, piece of wire, just be a doddle, but just wondering if they're there. A couple of guys here standing in there inside. You can see they're actually in the canvas covered elevator, which has been shot through. A couple of obviously Relief 460 Squadron aircrew demonstrate the heavily damaged linen covered starboard elevator. So they're glad to be back. And then we've got the bomb bay here. Beautiful bomb bay image. There's lots of bomb bay images around. These are particularly nice. Bombed out there, and then we've got the incendiaries there and the actual cookie in the middle. So we can see everything is absolutely dead matte black. And you can see in this picture as well here, we've got the camera without the cover on it. So very nice indeed. Or has that got the cover? No, that's without the cover. Here we've got certain details. Something I've always wondered about. You've got the pilot's parachute in a bag behind the headrest rather than sitting on it, so they didn't always sit on it. I did read somewhere that apparently, because the questions come up, I've raised the question myself, in the kit they have a moulded in cushion on both options for the seat, and there shouldn't be a cushion in the base of the seat. Well, apparently they either sat on the parachute or they had the parachute on the seat behind them. So it could well be that in the kit we actually have that ready to hang on the seat. I'm not sure. If not, we'll have to make something up, because I don't want to modify the seat, because I need to build the kit out of the box. But I'm sure that it's going to be in the kit. It's not mentioned in the instructions here at all, but it'd be nice to see if we've got it in the sprues. And then we've got here, we're talking about the wood supports for a strip that goes over the DF loop. And basically they are included in the kit. Amazingly, you don't get the metal strip over the top, but we have the wood. And you can see here certain details which are really interesting, like the green camo on the aircraft has been painted over with brown, with dark earth, but the green is still there underneath the canopy, so interesting. Here we've got a fabric covered elevator that's been damaged there. We've got a picture of the aircraft KCT, so it's the 11th production batch, 550 Lancaster Mark IIIs, JA672 to JB748, June 43 to December 43. And then here This is a really nice touch. He's added this page so that you're going to see these bits and pieces. You need to be so careful with these kits, because they put it like Revell include that in their 72nd scale, and it would not be there before 44. So you know, you see in these antenna here, they wouldn't be there. That pitot tube wouldn't be there. You wouldn't have the block tires. You wouldn't have the air intake, and you wouldn't have the large dome on the back of the canopy there. So all nice stuff. And then here we've got all the different Lancaster squadron codes, and then we've got the rear cover there, and obviously the price. And I'll show you again there. There's the ISBN code. There's where you can order the book from. I would suggest you buy it from them, because this came beautifully packaged. If you remember, I recently bought a book from Amazon, didn't realise it came from America, and it was quite a big expensive book, and it was shoved in a jiffy bag. I couldn't believe it. But this came with these cardboard protectors on front and back, like this. Okay, and then this was then put into this stiff card envelope, like so. And then the stiff card envelope was again in another envelope, so there's no way that was going to get damaged, and it's come perfect. And also it fits through the letterbox. You don't have to be home when the postman comes. So there we go, guys. That's been a review of the early production batches Lancaster Mark 1 and 3, Richard Alexander and Mark Postlethwaite, even though it doesn't say I'm Mark Postlethwaite on there. But it's a beautiful, beautiful book, and for 20 quid, when you consider a magazine these days is more than a fiver, absolute bargain. I would suggest you go and get yourself one now, and then you can get yourself all keyed up and ready for when your Lanc turns up. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.